everyone, and welcome to Evolve Yourself TV. I am Agni James, and tonight we are going to be doing meditation, and I'll be running you through a guided meditations. So it should be pretty cool as always for all you viewers out there that are the cool cats that come in and check out my streams. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. So how is everyone doing today? How is life for everyone? I can tell you a little bit about my island adventure this weekend. This weekend I went to an island on the Rock River in Byron, Illinois, and we rented it out from a friend of mine who owns it. So a bunch of us went out there and we hung out and got to swim and just chill out on the river and on the island, and it was a good time. All right, well, we don't have a lot of chat today, so I'm going to just hop right in to the meditation, and then we'll go from there. I hope everyone is doing well. So for this meditation, you're going to want to first be wearing comfortable clothes. You want to be in clothes in which you feel that you can sit for a long period of time and not be too uncomfortable. You don't want to be wearing like tight jeans or something that's pulling on your skin. You'll also want to be in a seated position. You can sit in lotus pose on the floor. You can sit cross-legged with your back against the wall. You can sit in a chair. You know, the main thing is do what's comfortable for you. You want to be in that kind of mental space. You don't want to be sitting in an awkward position in which you're going to have trouble maintaining that position for a long period of time. In addition to that, oh, hey, JT Farms, how's it going? Good to see you, JT. What's new in your world? I always put you on the spot when you enter. You know, I always throw the questions at you, and there's a delay too. So I'm just kind of like sitting around. I'll ask you a question. But yeah, I like putting you on the spot, JT. You need to be put on the spot more often. It's good. It's good for you. It's good practice, right? We all have to be put on the spot sometimes. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. You know, and you're a slow typer too. Hey, well, you know what? This will increase your typing skills. Maybe I should rename this meditation or this stream, increasing typing skills with Agni James. I will enable you to type quick so you can yell at me and tell me to shut up, basically. I don't know. Or I could just have it called meditation stream, right? Or, you know, maybe philosophy and meditation, something along those lines, right? So nothing much going on today. No shampooing of the carpets. I'm doing all right tonight. Yeah, thanks for the follow-up. I'm pretty good. Today was kind of weird. I'm still a little bit sunburned and it feels a little weird, but it's kind of going away. And I was just pretty drained today. I kind of woke up full of energy, and I was like a bull, just charging and doing all sorts of stuff. And then I just petered out around 3 o'clock. And then next thing, I took a little nap, and that was it. You know, like once I put my head down, I knew I was going to be sleeping for a couple hours, and then I woke up, and I've been a little bit disoriented after that. But you know, such is life, right? Sometimes we take a nap midday, right? If we can. Yeah, you know, I mean, you feel me? Yeah, I get it. You know, it's like you just want to. We all have to take care of ourselves. We all have to do the things that are right for ourselves, and self-care is super important. Meditation is one art of self-care that I find incredibly important, and that's why I teach it, right? Yoga, you know, qigong, all those things, all the internal energy arts are also things that are super important in self-care. And people who utilize those tools tend to have higher quality of lives and just kind of feel good, and they tend to have a better energy about them, I guess you could say. Been doing intense morning meditation. Awesome. I love your dedication, JT. It's so cool that you got all into this. Yeah, it's so. Hey, Coral Hug's here again. Hey, how's it going, Coral Hug? It's good to see you. Welcome back, man. I'm happy to see you. Anyone who hasn't checked out Coral Hug stream, definitely check it out. He is an excellent Final Fantasy player, and I got to see him play the old school Final Fantasy. I got to see him play Final Fantasy 14, and whenever he does, it's awesome. And it's not just the game; it's also the commentary, which makes his stream special. You know, so definitely check out Coral Hug. Yeah, Coral Hug. I was just talking with JT Farms about self care and how important it is to take care of oneself, whether it's through just like mindfulness techniques, meditation, or yoga, or qigong, or something along those lines. You gotta do what your body is telling you to do. You gotta listen to your body, and you want to be in a state where you are receptive to to the help from that self care. Oh, Coral Hug, did you do super, especially those that take care of others forget? Absolutely. That is a really, really good point. I've known a lot of people that spend their lives just completely devoted to other people, right? And they're like these amazing, wonderful people, right? Because they act selflessly. But a lot of times then they leave themselves out of the equation, right? And then they don't take care of themselves, and then they get sick and develop all sorts of physical health issues, basically, and mental health issues. And then that actually lessens their ability to take care of others. So yeah, in order to maximally help others, you need to help yourself, and then you can help people for the long term and just out of the short term. So you bring up a really good point there. Um, yeah, it's not really discussed. I mean, you hear people say that in order to first help others, you must first help yourself, right? But it's not really discussed that much. Other than that, it's just kind of glazed over these days, But it's really, really important to get yourself in a good mental state, in a good physical state, such that you can help those that you love and that those are around you. All right, Grace Yoga, hello. We were just talking about self-care, and Coral Hug brought up a really good point. He said that we need to, take care of ourselves in addition to taking care of others. And I think that's so important, right? Because if you don't take care of yourself, then your body and your mental health will fall apart, and then you won't be able to maximally help others. So it's really important, I know you're aware, to take care of yourself, and then be in a good state such that you have the energy and you have the mental clarity and just the mental acumen to be able to help those around you, right? Because it requires a lot of work. I mean, people try to help others all the time, but if sometimes it doesn't work out well if they're going to be in a poor state of mind, or if their body is sick. So yeah, definitely take care of yourself first. Get yourself in a good state, and then you'll be able to maximally help others over the long term. So yeah, let's see. As far as shout outs go, everyone here, go to Grace Yoga's stream and definitely click follow. Give her a follow. She's an incredible yoga streamer. I mean, not just that. She's a pro. Her stream is beautiful. Her setup is just. It's just every time I look at it, I feel like I'm looking at a piece of art. It's that gorgeous. Check out her setup, and she knows go to her stream. She knows her yoga so well, and she's just an absolute pro. There's nothing more I can say about it. She's definitely one of the top yoga instructors that I've ever seen, and you should definitely check it out when you get a chance. Well, I'm gonna speak. Thank you for so much. You don't need to thank me. I'm just speaking the truth. I mean, if I didn't like your stream, if I thought that you were not a good instructor, I mean, to be brutally honest, I would say so. But you're an incredible yoga instructor. I mean, one thing that I've talked with JT Farms a lot about in the past is radical, open, and honest communication. A few years ago, I decided to be radically open and honest in my communications, and that actually ruptured a lot of my relationships, because people aren't used to radical, open, and honest communication, right? People are used to just kind of like, not saying anything too polemical, because if one does so, then it can kind of upset the apple cart or create, weird dynamics between people. But I started doing it about 3 years ago. I started being super open and honest, and I've noticed that not everyone likes what I have to say, but people respect me for being willing to speak the truth. So like I might tell someone, hey, I think that, I think that X is not the best move, and why would, if you had done Y instead, it might have been better, in a given instance. And so they might not like it, but they at least know that I'm being genuine, and that genuineness has inherent value to me. It's the value that it has is just beyond anything else. Like, if we're not genuine to others, how can we be genuine to ourselves, right? We can't be genuine we can't be genuine to ourselves and authentic and live an authentic lifestyle if we're not being true to those around us. So be true to ourselves and be true to those around us. That's actually a part of self-care in my mind. If you're living a lie, if you're putting up a fake image and trying to just say things that will appease those around you, I mean, what kind of life is that? You're not a difference maker. I mean, sure, you might be, your personality might be amenable to those around you, and you might kind of, have a lot of, light friendships with people or whatnot, but you're not gonna be the one that's gonna tell a friend when they really need help or something like that, right? Even though it's in an uncomfortable situation. So yeah, it's definitely important. And then let's see, you say, Coral Hug says, "Oh, you love the bubble flower." Yeah, right. And the cool thing is about this emote wall, I love how you can see the emotes close up, and because a lot of times, they look really small and maybe a little bit distorted or whatnot. But when you see them floating up on the screen, it's just totally awesome. It's really, really neat. It's really, really, really cool to see them in high def, right? So yeah, I like that. And then JT Farms, you say, or Grace Yoga, you say that it means even more. Well, yeah, and everyone will back me up on that. And anyone who knows me knows that I'll speak what's on my mind. So yes, you are one of the premier yoga instructors. So definitely everyone in this chat should go and check you out if you have any interest in yoga and self-care and improving yourself. JT Farms, you say, "I respect that so much. I'm blended." You are. You totally are. You're the kind of person that will, if you see a friend or a family member, doing something that's going to be pernicious to their overall well-being, you'll let them know, right? I mean, I've witnessed you tell things to people that are not very not the most tactful at times, but they're blunt and they're straightforward, and because of that, you make a difference. If someone tries to like sugarcoat something and like work around the issue for like a month, that typically doesn't go as far as someone just saying, "Hey, here's how it is. Here's the actual situation. Here's the truth of the situation, and I want to express that in just a very straightforward way." And also, another cool thing about being blunt is that there's less chance for miscommunication. Now, I was trained in analytic philosophy, and in analytic philosophy, we try to make communication unambiguous, because if communication is ambiguous or vague, then a lot of times people miss what the other person's saying. They don't perfectly catch their drift, right? Meaning is it's not as accurately conveyed to one another, right? But if you're blunt and straightforward about something, there's less chance. There's less chance that that miscommunication will arise. So yeah, being blunt, it can be a good thing. And then let's see, Grace Yogi, you say, "How can we take care of others if we are sick?" Yeah, exactly, right? If we're sick, I mean, what can we do, right? What can we do to help the world if we're, lying in a bed with a fever of 103, right? What good can we do to help those around us, to help those that we love the most, to help anyone, right? We can't do much, right? We're just going to lay there until we recover, and then once we recover, we got to look at our pattern of behavior, right? Are we going to then go and try to like do the things that stress us out again and took their toll on our body to get us sick again? Are we going to do that, or are we going to do things that are going to be beneficial for us and help us be healthy and peaceful, such that we can give that love to the world? And that's what it's about. It's about sharing. It's about first noticing the internal love within us, and then sharing that with the people around us. And if we can do that, if we can share the love that's bubbling up within our heart, and we can really give that to others, even though they might have ego defenses and blockages from past traumas or bad past relationships or whatnot, if we can bypass all that just through giving people sheer love, I mean, to me, that is one of the most beautiful things on the planet, right? I mean, that's just, it doesn't get any better than that. There's nothing better in this phenomenal world. When I say phenomenal, I'm talking about Kant's distinction of the phenomenal noumenal world. The phenomenal world is the world of sensory experience. So there's nothing better in my mind in the phenomenal world as being able to bypass all the ego and connect directly with the part of a person that is pure love, that oneness, right? That's actually my favorite definition of namaste. You know, when you say namaste, I mean, there's quite a few definitions, but my favorite one is that I honor the place in you in which we are both one. And think about that. Think about how powerful that is, right? It's saying, hey, I'm looking at you and you are just like me. You are just like me. There's a place in you that is identical to that place in me. And I honor that place. I love you. You know, I feel that love. I feel that compassion for you. And that's a pretty powerful statement. That's actually one of the most, I mean, you hear politicians talk, right? And you know, they use all sorts of rhetorical devices to explicate their points. But they're never talking about honoring the place in another person where you're both one. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's not about making $1 billion. It's not about, you know, who has, you know, 50 houses or 600 Lamborghinis. It's about serving others. It's about helping others. And if you can connect with them in that place where you're pure love and they're pure love, you're doing everything. You're doing everything beautifully. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I know I get rather loquacious at times. Let me go back on the chat and see what everyone's saying. Let's see. JT Farms, but I love them all and they know it. Yes, you do love them all. That's the thing. You care about them, but you're blunt with them because you love them, right? If it was just some stranger on the street, you might not be as blunt, right? Because you don't know the person, you don't know what's going on with them. But these are people you know well and that you care about so deeply that you don't want to hold anything back. You know, you want to really tell them how you feel, and that expression of feeling is so important. Those of you who don't know, JT Farms is a really wonderful poet. And her poet has influenced my poetry. Her poetry has influenced my poetry a lot. We've written some poetry together, and you know, she's so good at expressing how she feels through her poetry, and in real life as well. She's just a great communicator. So definitely, you know, yeah, you make a really good point there. And then Coral Hug, you say, oh, I love that. Lately, I haven't felt like I understood others, so it's great to be reminded that our connections run deep. So true. And there are times where I walk around in the world and I don't know what people are doing. I mean, I see people, you know, countries bombing other countries. I see people, doing these horrific acts. I see people in war. I see our own I'm from the U.S. I'm from Chicago, and I see my own country divided. You know, just split down the middle, and everything's kind of getting more and more divided. And I call out for unity. I feel like I'm like the only person out there nowadays that's just saying, hey, you know, there is no enemy. There is no enemy. You know, we're here to love everyone. And just because someone's a Republican or a Democrat just because someone, you know, holds a view that we personally don't hold, doesn't mean we can't love them. There's still a part of them. There's still a place in them where we're one with them. And we can love them, and we can be kind to them, and we can feel love and compassion for them, even if we don't agree with their beliefs. And that's a really interesting point. There's been this weird conflation that has occurred in the country where, not just in the country, but in the collective mindset, in the collective unconscious, one might even say, where people identify oneself with their beliefs, with one's beliefs. But we are not our beliefs. And you know, one way to illustrate that is by thinking over the course of your life, right? The belief set that you held when you were 5 years old is vastly different than the belief set you held when you were 15 years old, right? And the belief set you held when you were 15 years old is vastly different than the belief set you hold now. Our beliefs are ebb and flow and change and are modified and supplanted by new beliefs. You know, so we are not our beliefs. We are that oneness. If we identify with the true part of ourselves, that pure love that exists within oneself, then we can bypass all the beliefs that one holds and just connect with that love and oneness within another. And by doing so, you're doing the ultimate service for another human being, because you're showing them, hey, even though even though you may hold beliefs that I find horrific, not horrific, but that I dislike, I still am willing to look past those beliefs and look deep into you and look at the part of you that is oneness and connect with that part. And by doing so, then they'll be more willing to do that with others. And that's what we need. We need unification. Division. We don't need division right now. We never need division. Division's not healthy for humanity. By dividing and separating others, I mean, it's just all ego, right? It's kind of like the statement of saying we want war, right? We want to separate human consciousness. We want to divide. We want to separate. We want to label X's as good and Y's as bad. We want that polarity, those opposing ideas, in our mindset. We want to split. We want a split mind. We don't want a split mind, though. That's the truth. We want unification. So in these days and times, let's strive for unification and not division. And then let's see. I'm sorry. There I go again, rambling on. Let's see, what else do we have here. Coral. Yes, there is no enemy. Exactly. Wow. Coral Hug, you are right on. And that is amazing. And you said earlier, lately you haven't felt like you've understood others, so it's great to be reminded that our connections run deep. Absolutely. The words that people speak are less important than the love that you can share with one another. And that is what's super important, right? Because even if someone doesn't completely understand your words, they can understand your mannerisms, they can understand what you're giving to them, how much you're willing to serve them, how much love you're willing to imbue them with. You want to share. If you're completely and open and honest with the people around you, and you can give them that love, then the words kind of fade away, right? They say that love is ineffable, right? You can't just define love as an X or a Y, right? You can't do that, or a Z. I mean, that's impossible. But you can feel it, and when you're on the right path. When you are doing divine work, and it's when you feel that love in your chest cavity open up and connect with those around you, and that's our goal. That's what we need to do: unification and not divide. And so that there is no enemy. You make that is such an awesome point, and it's so true. The media wants us to believe there's an enemy. The politicians want us to believe there's an enemy. Everyone wants us to believe there's an enemy, but there isn't. And Jerry Fodor, it was one of the biggest names in philosophy of mind, and I studied a lot of his work extensively. He contributed more to philosophy of mind than anyone else in the last 50 years. And he has a great quote, and he says, "The enemy lies within the gates." So let's think about that for a second. The enemy lies within the gates, right? If we think that there's an enemy out there, if we think there's an enemy out there, what's actually occurring is that we're not feeling that perfect love within ourselves, and we're feeling fear. We're feeling ego response, right? That right there is the enemy. And what we're doing with that ego response, is we're projecting it out onto the world around us. So we're looking at people and saying, "Oh, that person is the cause of my unhappiness," or "that event is the cause of my unhappiness," or "that state of affairs, the outcome of that state of affairs will determine my happiness." No, that's not the case. That's not the case. Our unhappiness is caused by how we choose to feel, and that's where our power lies too. Our power lies in in our ability to choose how we feel under any given state of affairs, right? So, if something happens, if your team loses the Super Bowl, you don't need to be, miserable or angry and throw your fist through the monitor and then blame it on the guy who didn't kick the field goal. I mean, that's absurd, right? It's if you really take a step back and think about it, that's absurd. You can choose to be peaceful. I remember years back, I was a big Cleveland Cavaliers fan, and one year I was watching them get beat in the championship. by the San Antonio Spurs. And I was like feeling all angry and just like, disheartened and upset and just completely just like I was a wreck. I was a wreck. And then I was sitting there thinking about it, sitting in this recliner, like thinking about, like why I was feeling so miserable. And then it clicked in my mind and I was like, I don't need to feel this way. I'm allowing something out of my control, something external to me, such as the outcome of a sporting event. I'm allowing that to actually have an emotional effect on how I feel. This is absurd. Why would I make myself a slave to something I can't control, something out of my power? Emotionally, an emotional slave to that. So I detached myself from the outcome of the game, and then I just watched. I just watched from a third person objective perspective, and when I did so, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing. Terror Time, you're here, awesome! And Terror Time has agreed to be a mod on my channel. So thank you, Terror Time, so much for that wonderful honor. I'm so appreciative that you were willing to do that. So everyone, give a shout out. Let's definitely check out Terror Time's Terror Time stream anytime we can. Terror Time streams amazing fitness streams. And the best thing about her is her energy. She's just imbues light and funness and playfulness. She's so playful. I love going to her stream. I like using Yoga example. Yoga said that Terror Time is like his early morning cup of coffee. He doesn't need to drink coffee. He just checks out Terror Time stream. And I thought Tony was absolutely right when he said that. So everyone check out Terror Time stream and give her a follow. Support the people who are doing good work. It is really, really, really important. And there's a lot of people here in the health and fitness community that are just doing great work. And a lot of you might not know it, but just going to their channel and giving them a follow, which it's totally free. It costs you nothing, but just giving them a follow is like super helpful. It boosts them up in the algorithm. It makes them get more views. It promotes their channel. I mean, and these are people that are trying to just help you. They're trying to teach you ways to be more mindful, or teach you ways to increase health and flexibility, and or teach you energy work or anything. They're trying to help you. So just give them a follow. Go check out Terror Time. Give her a follow. Give Grace Yoga a follow. Give Coral Hug a follow. I mean, these are wonderful people. So, all right, I've been rambling on a little bit again. So let me go back. Let's see what I missed this time. All right. Yeah, so we were talking about that there is no enemy. We were talking about that we're all one. We're all one being in the end. And, we want to share our love. We want to share our love with those around us. And that's what's truly important. It's not, the ideas, the beliefs that people hold are not nearly as important as the love that one can share for another. And that's important to remember, especially in this day and age when there are religious sects that will, bomb each other over, an interpretation of one line in their scripture, right? I mean, that seems so counterintuitive to what we are. If our essence is love, so share that love with those around you. Coral Hug, you said, or JT Farms, you said beautifully put, Agni. Well, thank you, JT Farms. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. You always have it's like you're blunt, but you're also poetic. You're like the amazing combination of the two, And I appreciate you so much, and I appreciate all the positivity that you brought to my world and to this chat and to this channel. It's truly incredible. So you're there, and I see you, and I feel your presence. So thank you so much. And then Coral Hug, you said, Agni, I just copied you. I'm just one person in a long line of people who just realizes that love is the answer. Love is the key, and it's so simple. It's not about battling in belief set ego dynamics. We're never going to get anywhere by doing that. You bomb a country and you gain control of some of their territory, and then the pendulum swings this way for a while, and then the pendulum swings back the other way, and then they're pissed off. They're upset that you attack them, and then they attack you, and then you attack back and forth, and it just goes on. And for one, I am so tired of this nonsense, of warring one another. Are we kidding? Are we kidding ourselves? Like, remember, we're love. Every human being is love. If we're all love and we're going to battle and we're going to wage war against against people that are the same as us, that's madness. That's absolute madness. That can only be done in the split in a split ego mind. If we were viewing ourselves as we should from a state of love, and that we're all love, there is no war, there is no famine, because we work together to benefit everyone, and that's our goal. We have a common goal, and we have that love for one another. If we view others as an enemy or as a distinct, separate part of the whole, or just a separate thing, then of course it's easy. It's like if it's like taking away someone's name. If you take away their name and give them a number, that's horrible things can happen. We've seen that in history, right? But if you say someone's name and if you connect with them, it's much harder for one to do something bad to another, because you realize their humanity is the same as your humanity, and that's super important. Okay, so then let's see. Carl, you said you just had to say it again because you're right. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, we need to love each other, right? Okay, let's see what else. It's terror time. You're late. You don't need to be late. Don't worry about it. If you show up, you show up. If you don't, you don't. Just I'm just glad you're here, and it's awesome that you're here. Okay, so where else are we now? Wow, a lot of stuff going on. Okay, JT Farms, you're saying your polarities, right? Yeah, we are very bipolar at times. I think all of us, they doctors and psychiatrists like to use the term bipolar, right? And say, there's people swing back and forth, from these wide ranges through this wide range of emotional responses, right? But the truth of the matter is, we're all technically, a little bit bipolar. I guess when they use the term bipolar, they're using it for more of the wider swings. So you feel maybe more joy and love and compassion, and then maybe more anger or whatnot. But in some sense, we all experience the same swinging of emotions and whatnot. Okay, and then Krahug, you say, Agni, you might like Jason Mraz's song "Love Is Still the Answer." Yeah, I'll check it out after the stream. Thank you for the recommendation. I mean, it is, and I like that it says "still the answer," because that's the thing. I mean, in the '60s in our country, we got it right. I mean, well, the hippies they pretty much had a lot of things right, right? They knew that love was able to permeate any ego defenses that one might hold up, right? So let's say someone has a belief set that they hold, deep within them, that then their foundational beliefs make it very difficult to communicate for other people who hold different beliefs to communicate with them, because they'll attack or they'll defend their beliefs to the bitter end, right? If you come at them from a place of love, then you can penetrate any of those ego beliefs that are holding them back from being able to experience that love, because you're connecting with a part of them that is truth. And when you connect with that love, when you connect with that truth within another, you're connecting with the same part of them as that exists within you, and that's the same part that exists in everyone. And if we all just look at it from that perspective, we can unite as opposed to divide. Division's been going on for 100,000 years. I think it's pretty old. I think I think it's a worn out storyline. That's what I like to call it, right? Battles waging, wars won and lost. Trauma, inflicted everywhere. I mean, that's an old storyline. Let's create some new content. I'm a content creator. Grace Yoga, you're here. You're a content creator. Coral Hug, you create content. Terra Time, let's create some new content. We don't need the same old worn out storyline of division and separation and isolation. Now we can do unification and love. That will be the new storyline, and we can completely end all this nonsense. All right, and then JT Farms, you said in the end it doesn't even matter, Lincoln Park. Yeah, I mean, in the end, if we can reunite as oneness, then all those beliefs of separation and division and whatnot will disappear. They'll cease to exist, right? We won't have them anymore, because we will be reuniting. And then my favorite band of all time, my teens and 20s at them. Well, yeah, Lincoln Park, cool, awesome. Coral Hug, you listened to that song in high school. Nice. It's cool that we're all familiar with a lot of the same music and stuff like that. It's deep meaning for me as well. All right, well, I've been talking a lot. We've had a great chat going, and I'm super appreciative and grateful that you were all willing to hang out while my to hear my musings and to also communicate. Oh, thank you so much, Grace. It means a lot. You always have beautiful, positive chats as well. So it's like wonderful visiting your stream. So it's nice that that when I have an excellent chat as well. So it's great. Okay, so let's do some meditation. Let's do the work part of this stream. So you'll want to be in comfortable clothes. That's number one. It's not really a lot of people don't discuss it, but if you're in uncomfortable clothes and you're sitting to meditate for a long time, or do yoga for that matter, or do any kind of like qigong or energy work, it's gonna limit your ability to move freely and to be comfortable. So it's gonna be a hindrance. So you want to try to be in comfortable clothes, and then you're going to want to take a seat. You can sit in lotus pose. You can sit with your legs crossed and your back against the wall. You can sit in a chair. Basically, just sit in a way that's comfortable for you. That's the main thing. I prefer to sit in a chair simply because I'm streaming. When I'm not streaming, then I usually sit on the floor. And I have a Buddhist chant CD that I play, and it has a chime that goes off every 2 seconds. I'm going to start that up now. You can use that chime to help regulate your breath count, and that's the main focus of the Amitabha Buddhist chant. And then close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths on your own. And just notice the sensations around you. Starting from the crown chakra, notice if the top of your head is tense. Notice the temperature that you feel in that vicinity. Be aware of whether there is any breeze or wind in that area. And then gently work your way down to your forehead. Notice if you're storing any tightness or tension in your forehead. And if so, gently release it and work your way down to the area behind your eyes. And notice if we're storing any tightness or tension behind our eyes. And if we are, on your next exhale, release that as well. And work your way down to your jaw. Many of us store tension in our jaws. And if you notice any tightness or tension in your jaw, on your next exhale, release it. And work your way down your jawline to your chin and mouth. Notice any sensations in your mouth. Where is your tongue residing? Is it still? Is it moving? Be observant of any tension in your mouth or jaw, and on your next exhale, release that tension. Feel golden light radiating from the crown chakra down through the third eye, down through the nose, down the jawline, through the mouth, and down to the chin. That light flows, and your head no longer feels heavy. It feels light and at peace, for there is no stress or tension within your head. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. And exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. And breathe in through your nose, gently raising your abdomen. And breathe out through your mouth, gently lowering your abdomen. Stay true to your breath count throughout the remainder of this meditation. Inhale through your nose, and exhale through your mouth. And breathe in through your nose, gently raising your belly. And breathe out through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Focus on your breath. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in, noticing if any tension has returned to your head. And if so, when you breathe out, release all that tension. Your head should be light, and you should feel love and light from your third eye to the crown of your head, to your crown chakra, and all the way down to your jaw. Inhale. And exhale, releasing all tension. And breathe in through your nose, raising your belly. And breathe out through your mouth, lowering your belly. Your essence is love. The manifestation of that love is light. When we encounter others in the phenomenal world, we can share that light with them and awaken the light that they already have within themselves. Sometimes, due to trauma, that light gets obscured. But we can show them they still have that light glowing radiantly inside. Inhale. And exhale, releasing all that is not beneficial. Breathe in, gently raising your abdomen. And breathe out, releasing all that causes suffering. Focus on your breath. Stay focused on your breath. Envision yourself sitting on a mountaintop in lotus pose. You can see the clouds floating beneath you. Your head is light and you can feel the wind blowing over your hair. And you are at a state of perfect peace. The clouds that you see moving are like the thoughts in your mind, and they move and dance in the sky and then are gone. Same thing occurs with the thoughts in your mind. They pop into and out of existence. But are you, the thinker, thinking those thoughts? A lot of people identify themselves with their thoughts. But our thoughts constantly change over the course
of our lifetimes. New thoughts arise and old thoughts fade away, but we are still ourselves. Therefore, we are not a sum collection of our thoughts. Our essence, our impermanence, our immutability lies in the fact that we, at our core, are pure love. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. And exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. And breathe in through your nose, gently raising your abdomen. And breathe out through your mouth, gently lowering your abdomen. Focus on your breath. When thoughts enter your mind, do not judge them. Simply release them, watching them float away like passing clouds. From your perch on the mountaintop, you see everything clearly now. Thoughts being manifestations of the ego, and the love being manifestation of the divine. The light that comes from that love shines from you into everyone you meet. You encounter their light, and your light merges with theirs, and you awaken them from this dream. Inhale. And exhale, releasing all that does not benefit you. And breathe in. And breathe out, releasing all that does not serve your true purpose. Focus on your breath. Your life begins with the breath and ends with the breath, and the entire time in between you are breathing. Therefore, it's important to make sure that you are breathing correctly. When people get stressed, they take shallow breaths through their chest, and they don't fill up their lungs, and that causes stress and anxiety and makes us more prone to fight or flight response. When people are relaxed, they tend to breathe more through their abdomen by raising their belly, and then they inflate their lungs. That's the correct way of breathing to bring in the most oxygen and expel the most carbon dioxide. So inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly and then your lungs. And exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly and your chest. And breathe in through your nose, gently raising your abdomen. And breathe out through your mouth, gently lowering your abdomen. Your essence is love. The manifestation of that essence is light. The function of that light is to share it with those around you, such that you may show them that their internal light still shines radiant and bright. For your light and their light are the same. They come from the same place of oneness that exists within all of humanity. Inhale. And exhale, releasing all stress from your body. And breathe in through your nose, gently raising your abdomen. And breathe out through your mouth, gently lowering your abdomen. Your essence is love. The manifestation of that essence is light, and you are eternal. Take comfort in that fact. Focus on your breath. Stay focused on your breath. From high upon the mountaintop, you see the clouds below you, weaving in and out of existence, passing around your being. Those clouds are your thoughts, popping in and out of existence. When we meditate, we release those thoughts and focus on our true nature. On your next inhale, go deep within to the source of creation that exists within you, the place that we call home, the place that we have never left. Our perception and ego will tell us that we are no longer there. It informs us that we are in a world of division and separation in which we must cower in fear from the enemy. But there is no enemy. We are all one, for we all come from a place of oneness, and our essence is love, and we all have the same essence. We can never hate what is identical to us. So from reframing the situation such that we can see clearly, we learn to love those with different beliefs. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. And exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. And breathe in through your nose, gently raising your abdomen. And breathe out through your mouth, gently lowering your abdomen. Focus on your breath. Stay focused on your breath. When distracting thoughts enter your mind, gently release them and return home to your breath. The breath calms the body, and the body calms the mind. Focus on your breath. Inhale. And exhale, releasing all that does not benefit you. Breathe in. And breathe out, releasing all that is pernicious to your well-being. In order to help others, we must first help ourselves. For if we're sick and in an unbalanced state, we cannot help others maximally. But if we help ourselves and become in a balanced state of mind, filled with love and light, the amount of good we can do in this world is endless. Inhale, feeling that love and light glow within. And exhale, releasing all that does not help you. Breathe in, delving deep down into the place of capital T objective truth, and breathe out, releasing all thoughts from your mind. Stay here in this holy place, in this holy moment, for this is your home eternally. Your essence is love. That love is manifested as light. Your purpose is to shine your light into the hearts of those around you. By doing so, you are a divine miracle worker. By waking up those around you to the awareness of love's presence, all battling and bickering will fade out of reality, and we will reunite in oneness as one, and we will remain as creators, creating from the source of creation. Inhale. And exhale, extending your light out through your room. Breathe in. Breathe out, expanding your light out through your town. Inhale. Exhale, radiating your light throughout the entire world. Breathe in. Breathe out, extending your light outward in every direction to infinity. Your essence is love. The manifestation of that love is light. Your purpose is to radiate that light to others. Inhale. And exhale, releasing all stress from your body. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all tension from your being. Inhale. And exhale. Remember who you are. Wake up and remember who you truly are. Gently open your eyes and return to the present moment, bringing with you the peace from this meditation throughout the remainder of your day. Namaste. Thank you all so much for coming here to meditate with me, to share the sacred space. You are all beautiful and divine. We are all here together on this journey. So let's make it a good one. Let's make it a journey about unification. No more separation. Let's reunite in that perfect state of peace so that we can all be together once again. Coral hug, thank you so much. Thank you. You get it. You get it when you said it earlier about words not always making the most sense, but the feeling, that feeling of truth within you, and how that love can feel when it's extended outward towards others. You get it. In Terror Time, you're a beacon of light. You make everyone smile. You bring energy and love to the world. You're so appreciated. You're such a wonderful human being, and you're a difference maker. That's all that you can ask to be. JT Farms, floating while still grounded. Beautiful session with beautiful energies. Thank you, right? That's what we want. We want to be up, seeing things from the higher perspective, but we want to still have one foot on the ground, right? We want to still remain grounded, because when we navigate in the phenomenal world, in the world of sensory experience, we need to be able to take our lofty ideals, and integrate them into this spatio-temporal realm. And the way to do so is by remaining grounded, but seeing things from a higher third-person objective perspective. I love all the emotes on the emote wall. It's so cool. It's so cool to see all. Terror Time, you are the emote queen. You are absolutely the emote queen. You have them like on dial. You know exactly which emote to use. You always have them flying around. It's so awesome. It's fun, right? Yeah, it's so much fun. And I was talking earlier. I don't think you had gotten into the chat yet, but it's so cool to see them bigger. On the emote wall, right? Normally they're just the tiny little emotes that you see in the chat, but to see them on the big screen close up, it's much more fun, right? So yeah, I love it. I love your use of them. So thank you so much. You add a lot of fun and light to the world.
Whoa. That's a cool one. Yeah, I don't know. You always have the best ones. You always have the best ones. One day, I'm going to step up my emote game, and try to get there. Try to get there. And then you throw in the emojis, the non-floating emojis. So I like it. That's a nice finishing touch. Well, I feel so much better after that meditation, and I hope you all got something out of it. If you enjoyed what you liked, please click follow. It doesn't cost anything. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. Thank you so much for all the love and support you've all given. It's truly an honor and a blessing to be here with you and to share the sacred space. So now comes the fun part. We get to decide who we are going to raid. Let's see. Oh, oh, this is an easy one. This is going to be an easy one actually. I was rated last night by midwife Monica, so I'm going to reciprocate and raid her today. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Hey, Danny John, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you, Danny John. I didn't know if you were going to be here tonight, but I'm glad. It's always a pleasure to see you around, and I'm just so happy that you could spend this time with us here. I never know where to position my chair. I always feel like I kind of move around a little bit. It's kind of funny. But anyways, yeah, it's good to see you, Danny John. I hope you're being okay. I know you've been working a lot of hours, and it's got to be real stressful, right? So like maybe this meditation brought you some peace. I really hope it did. So yeah, in my next meditation, a lot of times I do an additional meditation after my guided meditation. I'll send you good vibes, just like Terra Time just threw out there. The good vibes emote. I'll send you good vibes, positive energy, so you can get through your stressful week. So let's raid midwife Monica. All right, and all of you have a wonderful day. Give her as much love and light as you can muster up. She's incredible. She's a great variety singer, streamer. She sings. She does all sorts of stuff. Namaste. Thank you.